then you made your history PhD, and what made you to think start of this Jim's group?
Well, I was doing it as a student. Right through my student days, I was always gardening and mowing lawns, and I just gradually built up my business. At the time, I bought my first house, which is cheaper in those days to buy a house, from my studies, from my gardening income. And just gradually learnt the business, got better at it. I never had any idea it was going to be a career. And then when I finished my PhD, well, actually I didn't finish it, I got knocked back the first time. I wanted to continue with my studies, but it needed a lot of money to do what had basically become a biological research project. So I figured to do that, I couldn't do it through academia, I had to make money. So I decided to go into business. And the only business I knew at that stage was mowing lawns. So I started mowing lawns in full time for a living.
How much you invested in that business?
My original investment in the business was $24. I was at that time, this was in 1982, I was deeply in debt. I had owed about $30,000. I had an old trailer and a brush cutter and mower, which gave up pretty soon afterwards. $24 worth of printing, and just delivered leaflets in letterboxes around near where I lived. That's how I started it. I knew nothing about business really. The thing I had though, which I say to anybody, I really was passionate about my customers. I made a lot of stupid mistakes in my time, but right from the beginning, I've always had this thing, I hate letting people down. It's just an emotional thing. And I always want to make a job look the best it possibly can. I want to delight my clients. I was one of the first contractors, even when I was a part-time student, I was one of the first contractors to have a brush cutter to do the edges properly, because it always used to bug me that I couldn't get the edges perfect. So I bought a brush cutter, even though it was very expensive in those days, so I could get a better job. And people would say to me, you know, I never knew my lawn could look that good. I can remember people saying that because I was so meticulous and so careful, returning phone calls, turning up on time. This basic stuff that we teach people. And most people who fail in business, especially as franchisees, they do it because they neglect the very simple things like this.
Yeah.